Yeah, baby mama. Welcome. Yes, welcome to the Paul Santos live show. Yes, we are coming to you from the #1 fishing port in all of America, New Bedford, Massachusetts, where we highlight the talented, the interesting, and the entertaining. Tonight, what a bunch of guests we have tonight. Great talent. He started the True Bounce basketball backboard and hoop. Even officiated at the NBA level as a referee. Mr. Eric Britto right there.
Yeah, ho! Eric, ho! Hey. Yeah, baby. Woo!
We have a comic, and I think he's down there. It's Alex Medeiros.
Oh, Alex, ho!
And, of course, we have the sidekick of the century, the co-host with Cash, the Sultan of Smooth, world-class vocalist and entertainer, Chops Turner and the Chops Turner Band. All right. I'll tell you, we have a nice show tonight. We're also going to be hearing from our house bands, the NB Rude Boys, and of course, Immuter. And we do want to wish everyone a happy Martin Luther King Day. And I do want to say myself and our show stands with the African-American community, the LGBT community, anyone that feels marginalized. We are with you and are thinking about you on this Martin Luther King Day. All right. Let's get into the news, Chops. Let's get into the news. You know, I do want to congratulate Scott Kruger. Scott Kruger was named the chief of police here in the New Bedford Fire Department. So congratulations to Scott Kruger. You know, he's not related to Freddy Krueger, but I will say this. If there's a fire on Elm Street, I might be worried.
I might be worried too.
By the way, I got to get this out of the way. How about Jimmy Garoppolo and those 49ers, huh? How about those 49ers?
Yeah, baby. Niners all the way, E. Oh, Niners, baby.
Dallas is jumping up.
Chops Turner is a big 49ers fan. But I have to say something, you know. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo was a little on the shaky side. I mean, Jimmy G looked like Stevie B.
Stevie B, come on, bro.
Oh, man, he was shaky. And how about those Patriots? Oh, man, how about the Patriots just getting steamrolled by the Bills? Oh, it was just awful.
I know, that was terrible.
It was painful. You know, a couple got married at halftime by an Elvis impersonator. And you know what he's saying? Don't be cruel. I mean, it was just awful. They turned the Patriots into Buffalo Wild Wings. That's what happened there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, baby.
You know, the Bills not only beat the Patriots up in Buffalo, but they beat them here in Foxborough. And in fact, the Buffalo Bills fans are getting cocky. They want to change the name of Gillette Stadium to the home where the Buffalo roam. I'm sorry. No, they say it's a game of inches. I'll tell you that. That defense got penetrated pretty bad. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, that's bad, man. That's bad. I like that one.
Oh, I'll tell you. Anyway, you know, Chops, the oldest woman in the world. You're not going to believe this. Her name is Kane Tanaka from Japan. She is 119 years old. Imagine that.
Wow.
Oh, my God. 100. God bless her, you know.
That's true.
She claims not to swear, but somebody wanted to test it out. So they went, bingo. And she went, what the hell? Bingo. What is You know, the oldest man only made it to 117. And then
Wow.
he passed away a couple of years ago. So my wife said, "What did he die from?" Well, what did he die from? He was 117. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Hey, Chops. I know what she died from. I know what he died from. He was married to that other woman for 100 years. After 100 years, he couldn't take it anymore.
Oh
99,
man,
he
you
could make
crazy.
it, but he got the 100. That was it.
Not 100 more years of this stuff.
Hey, Chops, have you noticed that as we get older, you know, life just goes faster and faster, right? Isn't that true?
Yes, seems like.
You know, I remember that when I was a young guy, it was thrills, thrills, thrills. Now it's pills, pills, pills.
I hear you, Eric. Phil.
Is the guest still here?
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm about to jump off the Bragger Bridge, Chops.
Yeah. Don't do it yet, man.
No, don't do it. Hey, speaking of marriage, you know, people aren't getting married quite as often as they did years ago. The statistics will say that. Well, you know, there was a woman, right? She said to a longtime boyfriend, "I want to take your name. I want to take your name." The boyfriend said, "Well, go down to City Hall. You can make your name whatever you want."
Yeah, baby.
This guy likes his own material. You know, I got to tell you, I did get COVID a few weeks ago, and I still have this little bit of a cough. It's taken me a while to get over this damn thing, I'll tell you. But I just, you know, just a few minutes ago, wait a minute, I took another updated COVID test here. Let me see. I got the results right here. Oh, I don't have COVID, but I'm pregnant. Hey, can you tell I got my nap in? I got my afternoon nap in, and I'm ready to go nuts now. You know, I can stay up till 10 o'clock now. You know, it's great.
Oh man,
you know, they told me, my doctor. I said to my doctor, you know, how can I get healthier? You know, he said, well, you really need to go to a plant-based diet. So I'm going to try out my plant-based diet right here.
Oh man.
Hey, you better leave those trees alone, man.
Hey, that's plant-based diet, isn't it? Is that a plant-based diet? Oh, come on, man. Gotta be consistent over here. Gotta be consistent. All right. Well, enough of that. Welcome to the Paul Santos live show. It's so great to have you listening in today. We hope you are well and getting through this crazy winter. We're going to go to our first guest right now. He is a real gentleman. I've known him for a long time. He owns his own contracting business. He also started the True Bounce basketball hoop. We're going to talk about that and backboard. He also officiated at the NBA level, and we got some classic video and classic pictures to show you. Welcome to our show, Mr. Eric Brito. There he is. I'm glad to see that the guests didn't make a run for it there, Chop. So that's always a main concern there. But
I was about to jump off the Bragger Bridge, I think. All that rope.
The comedy's that bad? All right, that's all right. It's a work in progress. But anyway, no, welcome to our show, Eric. Great to see you there. I see you got your sweater says True Browns. I know you're really proud of that, but I want to get some background. You're a New Bedford guy, right? From here. Am I correct? Cape Verdean descent?
Yes.
And you know, great family. I know your dad, Peter, very well. Your mom too, from the community. Great family. You grew up in a business, right? Right here in New Bedford, at least one, maybe multiple businesses, right?
Yes. My family owns a New Bedford floor covering, and also CMAC contracting. My mother has a hairdressing business that she's been self-employed for, I don't know, maybe 50 years, 60 years. And I just kind of followed in the footsteps of being an entrepreneur. And I took over the contracting business for the family side and renovating playgrounds, I decided to try to make a basketball backboard. I had some connections refereeing nationally, so my partner Wayne, who's an engineer by trade, he said I can make anything. So 20 years later, we're all across the country with the True Bounce backboard.
Yeah, I know you're really proud of that True Bounce backboard. I mean, it is something a little bit different and something that, I know is caught on. You're really proud of it. Let's take a look at a picture right here. There you are with the
Yes.
True Bounce backboard. And I know in this area, especially around here, southeastern Massachusetts, I mean, we see these all the time. They're everywhere.
Hmm. Hmm.
They
Yeah,
really
the players really like the feel of it. It gives them more success and a positive reinforcement when they go to the basket. It's awesome.
So in addition to your contracting business, the True Bounce, you got those going at the same time. You must be a busy guy.
Yes, I am. I try not to say I am, but I am.
And you're still officiating.
Yeah, doing a few games here. Well, the officiating keeps me in the business side of basketball. Make some connections so I can move the product at a higher level. That's one of the main. Plus, I love refereeing. I'm really good at it. So
If you say so yourself.
yeah, exactly. Say so. Chops, tell them how good I am at refereeing. Chops watch a few games.
What's he saying?
He's the man, y'all.
Hey, I got to tell you, right? We talk about officiating, right? My son actually got involved with some hockey officiating, and I went to one of the games and, I got the fans are yelling at him and everything else. He handled it really well, because he's kind of a kid that's, in control of his emotions and stuff. But, to go out there and, I mean, basketball is one of the toughest sports to officiate, especially making that call between the charge and the block. And depending on what side you're on, right, you think it's a charge. The other side thinks it's a block. Nobody's going to agree. People are yelling and screaming and all that. So what's that like when you're down there and you're getting this torrential flood of
Man,
unhappiness from the fans?
you know what, Paul? It's like you telling your jokes. You just got to go with it, man. Just go with it. And just hope somebody laughs. You just gotta be confident.
That was one of the best comebacks we ever had right there. I'll tell you.
You just gotta go with it. And it's like me telling a joke, and it's really a joke. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that call for you.
He missed another one.
That was good. I like that.
Serious.
That was good.
It's an instinct. It's an instinct thing. You gotta know the game. You gotta know what the players are trying to do at that moment. If they're trying to gain an advantage, if they're trying to do something they're not supposed to do, and now they get penalized for it. But refereeing, you have to be cautious not to be a spectator. You're not watching the game. You're in the game. So a lot of the referees, sometimes if they miss that call or they don't get it right, there may be a split second that they're watching the game and they didn't see how it developed.
Shout out to Mike Reedy tonight. And also Jim Andre. He is a UFO expert chiming in from Florida tonight. He's going to be a guest on the show in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much, Jim. Well, we're going to go to some classic video from 1995. Before I do that, though, I love watching, and I'm a casual fan. I love watching the NBA, Celtics and stuff like that. And a lot of times I'm watching it and I'm like, is that a charge or is that a block? And I always think to myself, they have it kind of geared. The rule is, and again, you got to follow the rule, but the rule seems to be geared in favor of the offensive player, because sometimes it seems like the defensive player is trying to get there. It seems to me like they're set up and then they get run over and they still get called with a block. So what is it that I'm missing there when I'm looking at that? Do you think that the game is set up to favor the offensive player to please the fan?
No, that's not true. That's a fan talking right there. That's not true. Chops, that's a fan talking right there. He just wants the team to get the call, Chops. That's all.
I know.
It don't matter what you see. You just want your team to get the call. It does not matter. I mean, the defender's at a disadvantage because he doesn't know where the offensive player is going. So he has to anticipate where he's going. And if he gets to the spot before the offensive player gets it, then he'll get the play. If he gets there a little late, he gets the blocking call. It's that simple. Just like your jokes, Paul. It's that simple. Just.
Sometimes you land it right on there, and sometimes you don't land it at all.
Absolutely.
Chops is really enjoying this. Look at this. I feel like the New England Patriots against Buffalo over here.
Hey, Paul. As New England fans had to get somebody back for that loss on.
Oh man, that was brutal.
Oh,
that was brutal. I got to tell you, that was brutal. No, but seriously, a lot of times I'm thinking, all right, so you're the defender, and he gets over there, and then the guy just runs him over, and they're like blocking foul. I'm like blocking foul, you know. So obviously, I know I'm just a fan. So like, does that defender have to be there like 1 second before, or half a second before, or what's the rule?
He has to be on the floor. His feet have to be on the floor before that offensive player turns his shoulders inward to the basket. Okay. And if he gets hit in his torso in the middle of his chest area, then most likely it's an offensive foul.
Now, what happens if the defensive player is backpedaling, and then the offensive?
He can still get that play. He can backpedal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're glad that everybody's here except for that guy Alex. I don't know. He beamed away. He's with the UFO guy. Look at him. He's with the UFO guy. I don't know where he's going, but I'm going to take you back to 1995. Chops, you are not going to believe this video that I found. Back when I was doing Channel 13 back in the 90s, I actually did a brief story on Eric, and then we got to also have a picture here of Eric down on the floor in the NBA. So this is really, really great. So take a look at this little video that we did back in 1995, and you're going to get to see Eric and myself what we looked like back in 1995. Here we go.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Celtics game on Saturday night. If you did, something was happening on the court that you may not have known about. The game was officiated by New Bedford's own Eric Britto. Eric started out as a high school and college referee. He's been working in the top NBA minor league, the CBA. When a labor dispute with the present officials occurred, he got the call. His first game, the Celtics. Take a look at the left of the screen behind the basket. Britto was there making the calls. This game took place in Portland, Maine on Saturday night. It was an exhibition contest, the Celtics in Cleveland. The Celtics didn't do that well, but you can't blame the referee, that's for sure. Britto will continue to be a replacement referee until the dispute is resolved. Even then, there are a couple of openings. He hopes to impress the NBA brass enough to get one of those spots. Britto, who you can see coming down the left of the screen here, says he was nervous, but only for a few minutes. He settled in and then felt comfortable.
It was a great experience. It was the top of the line in basketball, plays you have never seen before. It was an ultimate experience and a dream come true. It was fantastic, as they say the NBA game is. I thought I did pretty well. Like I said earlier, we got the respect from the players. They were professional. They respected our calls, and the coaches did. And looking at the tape after the game, I made a few mistakes and I did some things right. But I thought overall I did fine for my first NBA professional basketball game.
All right, how about that, Eric Britto, 1995.
I gotta steal that interview, Paul. You gotta send me that interview.
Yeah, you know, I think there was another one that was a little longer than that, but I got to tell you, a few years back, I tried to get all these tapes together, and I was trying to plow through them and get them over the disc, and it turned out to be a little bit of a project. But I was glad I was able to find that one. But I got to ask Chop something. How do we look back then in 1995?
Man, you guys look handsome, man.
Wait a minute, what are you trying to say here?
You guys still look, I mean, you guys had that. You guys was young, man. You know, still young, man.
I know there was a lot of hair everywhere. You know, he had the old Seinfeld thing going.
You guys look good, man. You guys look good.
That's awesome. Hey, Chops, you had better said that because I'd be all over you right now.
I know you would.
Hey, you should see Chops at the Apollo Theater, right? You want to see Chops at the Apollo? Oh my God!
That look good. That look good, man. I watched him do when he was a referee that day. Boy, everybody was talking about that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely, awesome, right? Absolutely.
We were proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Take a look at this picture right here. You're gonna love this one, Chops.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's nice. Yeah. Look at Michael Jordan looking at him.
I just have a question. Yeah.
That's nice, man.
Who's that guy with Eric Britto there?
Shooting too. Woo, that's nice, man.
I don't think Michael looks too happy there.
No, he don't look too happy.
Well, he's at the line. He's getting 2 shots. Well,
I know he get 2 shots.
all right. Was that a good call or a bad call?
It don't matter. I got him at the line, right?
All
Right, get on the line, right.
Oh, man.
Isn't
Wow.
that something?
Chops, I ever tell you the story, refereeing that game?
No, sir.
Where I was running down the court. He had the ball in the fast break. Remember, just a minute ago, I told you referees can't watch the game because they're in the game. They'll miss the calls. Well, I know that from this play. So he got the ball at half court, and I was trying to beat him down the court. And all of a sudden, he's running right at me. And I stopped, and I just watched him take off like a thoroughbred. And all I was going was like, wow. And if there was a foul, I would have missed it because I was watching the game. I was at the point where it was just an awesome experience. He was definitely great on the court. He was like a thoroughbred. He just kind of like took off. It's awesome.
And you got that bird's eye view. So between watching somebody like that and all these other NBA players, the speed of the game, how big these players are, how strong they are, the athleticism that they have.
Yeah.
I mean, to call a game like that, like, what is that like?
It's actually 3 times faster than you watch it on TV. And I used to wonder after the game, I'd go to the hotel and I wonder how come I couldn't sleep. And I was wound up tighter than a top because it was just the energy was just for 48 minutes. It was just fierce, and your mind just goes crazy for 48 minutes, and it probably took me 5 hours for it to come down. Couldn't sleep. It was wild.
How long did you do that for at the NBA level?
We worked half the season, and then we went back to the minor leagues. The minor leagues, the CBA game was just as well as fast and strong and hard. At times, it was more than the NBA because most of the players was there trying to get a job, so they played hard every time down the court.
All right. And what about when that kind of came to an end? You went back to the CBA for a while, I know, and then you were there for a while, and now you've kind of settled into the college level. You're still doing some games in college?
Yeah, I did some back then. I did some Division I, Division II, and then I left the game for about 8 years or so. I didn't ref anymore. I began the business, the True Bounce business, and I got my family together, my life a little back together, driving around refereeing for 20 years. Puts a toll. It's not all cake and ice cream. There is some payments that come with that lifestyle. It's a tough life. It's a great experienced life. You meet a lot of people. You get to do a lot of things, see a lot of places, but there's a price to pay. So I took some time off, and then I went back about 5 years ago to get involved in the business of basketball and stay in tune. And I'm still doing some Division III ball and involved with the NCAA. I'm trying to get the backboard scene at the NCAA level to help that game with our technology.
And as far as your True Bounce business, as well as your home business and construction business, commercial business, contracting business, in terms of your efforts there, obviously takes a good chunk of your time.
Yes, it does. Yeah. I don't know if there's a number of hours in a day that I need, but I've learned to just shut it down and get some rest. I don't think I was as young as I was in that video, Chop. But Paul, as you know, you got to take some time to rest when you get a little older. Plus, it's not all about the work. You still have to have your family time, and your wife, and have some peace along with that.
All right. So now future goals now, right? I always joke around with Chops, right? Chops and I, we're doing this show. We've gone out on location. We've done it virtually. We've done it down the Bedford Guide studio. We do some shows from 65. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We always have an idea of something that's next, something that we want to do, something we want to try, right? So what are your goals? What do you see yourself doing as you proceed along?
I continue to get the basketball backboard at the highest level. I invented a little 3-man basketball contest that's kind of a mini full court. My goal is to get that into the public eye, into the game, and maybe get it on TV. It's similar to futsal, a little short court basketball game that improves quickness and agility and decision making. To continue just to work on my craft and relation with people and business and helping the community. I'm involved in the church. God is definitely a part of my life. Continue that, because as you know, in business, Paul, that could take you away from everything. If your goals are to conquer the world, so they say, but you don't want to lose your soul doing it. I kind of did that in the first 10, 15 years of refereeing. That's all I did. And again, it was some prices to pay in my personal life, but we get through it and we learn. And my goal is to always be in the community, to be successful, so I can give back to the community and help different organizations that need some role models and guidance and support. Hopefully the True Bounce brand will be as big as the Nike brand one day, and we'll be able to help financially community needs.
Now, a lot of people know you folks, and I did very well, Peter, because being an attorney, I knew him through court.
Yes.
And my dad was a probation officer out there in district court, so we knew your dad. What a tremendous individual. And talk about a person that gives to the community. The work that he did with basketball down in Monty's Park, CYO, Boys Club, and so forth, and all the work that he did. And I understand that he's got a big birthday coming up.
Yes. Dad is going to be 90 in April. So we're going to try to surprise him, and we have a challenge because we could probably invite 500 people, but that's not going to happen now. we got to cut back there. My sisters and my mom says, "No, I'm not going to do that big of an event." But sometimes it's challenging with a guy like that being in the community so long.
Well, Eric, we really appreciate you taking a few moments to stop on by here tonight. We wish you all the best, not only in your construction business, your contracting business, but also in your True Bounce basketball and your officiating and role model for the community and so forth. We wish you all the best. We appreciate you stopping on by our show and playing along with our wacky sense of humor.
Hey, you know what? I'm thrilled to be here. I got to tune in more often.
Yes, that's true.
This is a great thing. The Ed McMahon type show going on here in our town.
There he is, right there.
I might, hey, Chops. The next time I might have to call to ask myself to be invited. Never mind getting invited, right?
Yeah, you got.
Hey, Chops. So Paul got a sidekick. Can I be your sidekick?
You got it. Anything for you, Eric?
Hey, Paul, can I be
sidekick?
Can I be the Ed McMahon sidekick or what?
Eric's something else, boy.
All right, there he is. From True Bounce basketball, and of course, this one right here, the classic photo right here with the goat. We got two goats right there. Yeah, a goat on the left and a goat on the right.
Yeah, we give all the praise to God on that one, man. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be there. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you very much, Eric Britto, with us here on the Paul Santos live show. All right. Well, you know what we got coming up next here? That Patriot game, it was so painful that we really thought of only one song that would fit this. Ladies and gentlemen, Chops Turner and the Chops Turner Band. We got to sing the blues tonight. We got to sing the blues.
Every day I get the blues. Whoa, every day I get the blues. When you see me burning, it's you I hate the blues. Nobody loves me, nobody seems to care. Nobody loves me, nobody seems to care. I had my bad luck and trouble. Paul Santos, I ain't going nowhere.
Portuguese?
Italian.
No, I figured that out on my own.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing the keyboard?
Since I was 7 years old, I started taking piano lessons. That's what it's all about, is the fun.
How do you spell the last name?
C.
C?
S-E-E. It's always fun to play with Chops and the group here. All good musicians here. I have a good time.
How did you get involved in the Chops Turner band here?
I don't know. We're friends from kids.
What do you love about playing the bass?
Everything, man. I like the bass because to me, it drives. It drives.
It started a long time ago. Was with Charlie Quintal, Talk of the Town, for years and years. I had my own band called Soul Unit, which was all R&B, and I worked with Chops over the years, and it's a great time.
Man, these guys are incredible. I'm glad they got them on. Well, on the same team. It's all about teamwork. No I in team. These guys are great.
It's you I hate to
Yeah, every day I have the blues. Every day. Oh, I love the way you guys do that song, Chops. Awesome job.
Thank you. Was that your dad's song?
Oh yeah, my dad. You know, we were talking about Peter Britto, who's going to be 90 years old, and my dad
Big
was
guy.
passed at 90 about a couple of years ago, but he loved Joe Williams, Count Basie, Artie Shaw, Duke Ellington, Glenn Miller, all the big, So he really enjoyed it when, a song like that came on, or Joe Williams or something like that. So yeah, that one there, I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff when, Dad used to play records and stuff like that. So it was really a lot of fun hearing you guys do that.
Thank you.
All right, time for more comedy here. We are going to welcome back to the show. He was on in prison when we did the show down at Pub 65. It is the comedy of Mr. Alex Medeiros. Yeah, Alex. There he is.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, Paul.
How's it going?
I'm trying to practice more self-discipline. I've been a bad comic, and so I'm giving myself a timeout. I wasn't prepared for the show, Paul. Trying to be a better person here.
He put himself in timeout.
Yeah, had I known you had such a funny business owner on that played basketball, I probably wouldn't have showed up, but here I am. Self-disciplining myself.
All right, well, if you can bring yourself a little closer to your laptop, because even though you're self-disciplining yourself or whatever you're doing over there.
Is this close enough?
I'm having trouble hearing you a little bit.
Okay. I
Okay,
apologize.
that's better.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
All
Oh,
right.
hi, Eric. How's it going? I'm Alex. I'm also a business owner, but I started a small business, but then it failed because no one could fit inside the door. It was small. It was a small business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really small. Too bad, huh?
Yeah, like turns out you need like big enough to let people in to make it profitable. You live and you learn.
So have you made any adjustments to this at all? Try to change it around a little bit?
I did, but then I got really sad because I forgot my clip from 1995. I was at a CCD retreat at Fenway Park, and I was on ABC6, and you could have caught me sitting on a Fenway Frank. That was like that's my biggest credit. ABC6, just 9-year-old me sitting on a hot dog. I didn't realize I peaked at 9, but I did.
Yeah, that sounds like sitting on the hot dog. That sounds like that's kind of tough there.
Oh yeah. It's tough to recover from that kind of thing. It's just like people think it's all fun and games when you're going around sitting on hot dogs, but then the trajectory of your life could be changed forever.
I'm wondering if that hot dog, did it have any mustard and relish on it or anything?
I don't know. It was wrapped in the foil. So all I know is that the person who was the proprietor of that hot dog was very upset with me. Yeah, it was somebody else's hot dog. It wasn't even my hot dog. If I was a 9, it probably would have been like a hot dog based crime.
Yeah. So now they actually put this, you sitting on the hot dog, they actually put that on the 6 o'clock news on ABC6. That seems kind of like,
I found out because the girl I had a crush on at the time, she was like, "Oh, I seen you on TV," and I was like, "Oh, wow, you did?" And she was like, "Yeah, you caught you sitting on a hot dog," and I was like, "Oh no." And lo and behold, she never spoke to me again.
I can't imagine what went wrong there.
I think it had a lot to do with me being on ABC6 sitting on a hot dog. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Just think, if they had the Paul Santos live show back then, that could really boost your stature.
It would have. I would have loved to have gone sledding on your hair. That would have been, just whip out a sled, go down. That was good stuff.
Yeah, that we had I had that whole Seinfeld thing working there.
Yeah. So Eric, you must have been balls deep in the ladies, huh?
That's a no comment.
Hey, you know what? I believe in the Constitution, and the Fifth Amendment applies.
That's a no comment, man.
Yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble. I know what that's all about.
Wait, ask me that question again.
Huh?
You can ask me that question again.
No, thank you.
No, I'll ask you a question. What was the question? Was he a babe magnet back in the day? Was that the question?
Oh no, it's just like pretty much like all the ladies wanted some Eric.
Well, hey, listen, hey Paul, if you play that interview again, I'll let you answer that question yourself and how good I looked back in the day.
Yeah, I feel like you used to sing Shaggy's Mr. Boombastic to the ladies, and then the panties would come right off.
Hey, you want to know who's a real ladies man? This guy right here.
Chops, yeah. Chops is the kind of man I aspire to be someday. I want to every day. I try to be a little more like Chops. That's why I came on tonight, giving myself a timeout.
Yeah. So when you give yourself a timeout, right? How long of a timeout do you give yourself?
I'll be honest with you. Just started today, so as of right now, it's probably been about 40 seconds. That's probably my peak. But I think like over time, I might somehow get to like 41, 42 seconds, and then then I'll be responsible.
Well, I've never heard of somebody disciplining themselves, but I guess if
yeah. Well, we are also bad comics, so maybe you should stand in the corner. But I'm kidding.
Oh
I'm kidding.
All right. Well,
you write more jokes than me. I got to be honest with you.
Well, you know what? I started this, Tonight Show thing, right? So then I figured, well, I want to do a monologue, and we're doing it once a week. So then I have to make it topical. So I do have to write stuff every week. But the problem with that is that like everything goes in, like for every joke I write, 90% of them have to go on because I don't have enough stuff. I can't edit the stuff out. Like you get to edit like the bad stuff out. I just let it all go right in. You know what I mean? That's a problem.
Yeah, I skip that whole writing process and I just do the like winging it. It comes from years of me not doing my homework until right before I had to turn it in. And that's how I got here,
Right. Well, if you don't know Alex joined us up at the Pub 65. So we're going to be back there next week. And Alex actually set us up with a comic who's going to be joining us by the name of Mark Anthony Lewis, who's going to be there at the pub next week. And then we're going to be back with Jim Andre, the UFO guy. Then Cecil Sassafras will be back. And then when we get back to the pub in February, we'll certainly have Alex back again. And Alex has been great as far as recommending other comics because we love to have music, comedy, interview. So we have a little bit of everything, and that's what makes our little local version of the comedy variety show. Now you are from, was it New Bedford or Fairhaven?
New Bedford, yeah.
And you're still from New Bedford.
Yeah, like I went to Fairhaven, but then I downgraded back to New Bedford.
Now, wait a minute. Careful now, careful.
I forgot who I was speaking to. I remember you have city councilor face. I know.
Hey, that's my home. New Beige is my hometown, baby. That's my home. That's my.
Honestly, I've been here for 32 years. It was just that like 3-year grace period that I got out, but you guys just dragged me back in,
Well, Alex, it's always a lot of fun improvising with you and talking to you.
Before I go back to the corner, I just wanted to mention that I don't think Mark Anthony Lewis is going to make it next week, and George Newton's supposed to be coming down now.
Oh, is that right?
I think so.
Did I write the wrong name in there? Yeah, you're right.
Maybe.
You're right about that. I got my comics mixed up here. Wait a minute. Oh boy. All right, let me cross that out. George Newton is coming in next week. That's right. Mark Anthony Lewis couldn't make it. You were absolutely correct. Okay,
Yeah, real funny comic from Worcester. He's a good guy.
I put that in my iPhone right here.
Yeah, the classic, right?
It's only as good as the information being accurate. All right. Well, Alex, thank you very much. And we hope to see you very soon back here on the show. It's always a lot of fun.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Paul. Later.
All right. Alex Medeiros, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We'll be back with more of the Paul Santos live show as we are going to do a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King right after this. All right, that's a muter right there. That's a muter. All right, Chops Turner, what's going on with you, sir?
Hey, I'm hanging the best I can, Paul.
Well, we're definitely having some fun over here tonight as we usually do, and I did want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to Leslie Bravo Cabral, Chrissy Kruckmeyer. We have Jim Andre. We talked about him, the UFO expert from Florida. He's going to be on again. He's going to be, being abducted back and forth and everything else. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Elizabeth Da Silva, Monica Teves, Christina Lynn Avila, Maria Cutanto, Louis Carvalho, Emily Berraby, Patty Mata, Lawrence Drayton, Jane Mandley, Ray Avila Jr., Nancy Harmon. Hey, Nancy Harmon, what's going on? A fellow barrister, Rick Alves. Glad to have you all looking in here tonight. Barry Robideau, thank you so much. Stephanie Weaver, Nancy Amaral, thank you again so much for watching here tonight. Well, we are today celebrating the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King. And actually, after the show is over, right, if you go over to Chops Turner channel, Chops Turner, Chops Turner. Chops Turner has a page called Chops Turner. But anyway, go to Chops Turner channel, and he sang some great music. I had a special a couple of hours ago, but it's posted. So if you go there, you're singing a lot of good, uplifting type music and so forth. Well, on our show a couple of weeks ago, he did a really, really nice performance of this song right here. And we thought we'd play this again on this day, Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. So here's Chops Turner in a recent performance up at Pub 65.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious sky, forever waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain, America, oh America, God set His grace on thee. He crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful, oh, spacious sky, forever waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain, America, God set His grace on thee, and He crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, from sea to shining sea. America, America, God sets His grace on thee, and He crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, He said He would, and He
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Nice thought there from Chops Turner, and that song right there. Now, why did you pick that song to sing that night?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. I never did that song. Something told me to do it. I don't know, man. It just came to me. And I used to hear Ray Charles do it. And something just said, hey, man, sing that patriotic song. It just came through the feeling,
Yeah, 100%. As we said before, if you have a chance to go over to the Chops Turner Facebook page, sang some beautiful songs tonight. And generally speaking, you're going to see the Chops Turner show on Sunday nights. Now, because of the football, the 49ers are playing and this one's playing and that one's playing, the Chops Turner show got a little off course there. You have to kind of look for it to find it. I was getting used to seeing it every Sunday night, like I expected to be there, all that. But hey, the 49ers, you know what I mean? The 49ers, that's a different story right there. So, I'm looking at them and I'm like, hey, I know you're rooting for them. And that's fine. And I kind of have a soft spot for Garoppolo and all that, but they got to play a lot better than they did in that game. They tried to give that game away so many times. What's going on over there?
I'm gonna be writing to him tonight, man. Tell him, man, you got to play better defense than that.
And what happened to my poor Patriots? They were just
I know,
awful.
man. They were awful. That was awful.
they couldn't stop them.
Hey, they were bragging too. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna stop him, man. He went down and scored what, 5 times, 6 times?
No, the last time they played, right? They went through the whole game without a punt, right? It's the first time in Bill Belichick's 40-year coaching career that he didn't force the other team to punt. His team didn't force the other team to punt. So I thought, oh my God, that's horrendous. 40 years, no punts. And then they go out in the next game. It happened again. No punts again. Are you kidding?
That was crazy, man. What a wild game. But that's football,
Hey, when I know a lot of times when things aren't going good in the 49ers, sometimes when Chops and I are talking on the phone, I hear Chops go, come on, what are you doing? Get him. What's going on, And I think to myself, why is Chops getting all why is he getting all wound up like that? Oh, you should have heard me in this last game. I'm like, hey, can't get that son of a guy. What? He's running left. He's running right. He's pointing this way. He's pointing that way. He's doing this. He's doing that. Then he goes to throw the ball out of bounds. The guy still caught it for a touchdown. What the heck is that? I was doing it on TV.
Hey, did you see the game yesterday, right, with Pittsburgh? The guy, before he was warming up, we had all these little balls. He's catching all these little balls. Talking about he uses the little balls for eye coordination. Go down the field and drop 3 passes. I said, man, this guy is something else, man.
Are you kidding? So what's the idea? Like, you practice with the little balls and then get you ready for the big balls? Is that what it is?
I guess that's his thing, man. But he missed 3 balls.
Hey, man, maybe the next time he's going to practice with the big balls.
Maybe he'll practice some basketballs.
You want to be with the big boys, you got to practice with the big boys.
Oh, that was terrible, man. I never laughed so hard in my life, man. He had the nerve to show that.
Now, was that Ben or was that the other guy?
That was one of the receivers, number 18 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was showing how he was coordinating, how before the game, he's going to catch this and catch that. Get out there and drop 2, 3rd and 2. He missed 3 times, man.
Oh, my God.
3 times, man.
Unbelievable.
That probably would have changed the game for the Steelers if he would have caught those passes.
Yeah. Well, next week, San Francisco is playing, let's see, who are they playing?
Green Bay.
oh boy, the ball game's over. Wait a minute. Sorry, I knocked you off the air.
Again?
I got you abducted by the UFO. All right, well, a couple of quick shout outs. Who was on tonight? Who was on? I don't know if he's still there now, but Don St. John, the actor?
John, hey, John, man, where's my man? Hey, where you at, man? We miss you, man.
Hey, I got to get him to come on, even if he can come down from Boston in person, fine, but even virtually, got to have him on because he's hilarious.
Is he on?
Well, he was on before. I don't know if he's still on.
Man, that's my man, John. I like John. He's cool.
And then we also had, Dwayne from Kathy and Dwayne, your dancers there.
Kathy and Dwayne, beautiful dancers. And most of all, beautiful people.
Absolutely, 100%. So let me see. I'm going to take one little peek over here. You hear an echo? I hear a little bit of an echo there. Do you hear that?
I don't hear nothing. I can't hear anyway.
Hey, what did you think of that 1995 video there?
Oh, man, that was Paul, you look like Eric Estrada. Pretty boy Floyd back then, Paul. You was a pretty boy. You and Eric? Yeah. You and Eric was pretty, boy.
Now could you tell that was me?
Yeah, that was you, man. Man, you look, fly guy. Man, you
All right,
fly.
by the way, shout out to Lynn Marie out there in Niagara Falls, New York.
Hey, Lynn.
And you know what? She's rubbing it in because up there in Niagara Falls, they're only like, I don't know, about an hour away from Buffalo? Oh, yeah, she was rubbing that right in there.
Oh. It was cold up there, man. What's it, -3 degrees?
Yeah, but she loved the fact that her Buffalo Bills finally got to the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, man. Buffalo put it on them.
All right, well, as we said, next week, Chops, next week we are back in Pub 65. So come on up and see us at Pub 65 up on Ashley Boulevard here in New Bedford. We will have comedian George Newton, and we will have the music of Molly O'Leary. Then the several weeks after that, we're going to be virtual because I'm going to be away in Florida, but I'm going to be zooming on in from Florida. We've got Jim Andre and Jillian Jensen. Now, Jillian Jensen, most know her from her performances on New Bedford Guide, X Factor. She's also going to be on another one of those reality shows. We might not be able to talk about it yet, but that's what we understand. So we also have that singing group, Goldie. You know those three young women, Chops? Oh, yeah. I got to do some editing, though, because, the way the lyrics are, you know what I mean? They kind of...
Girls going wild.
No. So that's the way he wants the show to go. Hey, Cecil's coming back in a few weeks.
Oh, Cecil, oh, no.
Joey Taranto, Frank Sinatra tribute singer, is going to be back.
Who's that, Joey?
Yep.
I did it.
And Miss New Bedford Outstanding Teen is going to be on February 28th, so we're going to have to be on our real best behavior that night.
Oh, you got to be good, Paul.
You know what? I'm doing a monologue, right? I'm doing a monologue, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting it ready. And then I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, who do we have on tonight? Well, we have that 12-year-old kid that sings. Wait a minute. The parents are going to be looking at me like, what's the matter with this guy?
Yeah, he's crazy.
I have to go back to knock knock. Who's there? Anyway. All right. Well, Chops, thank you very much for being here tonight. I think that Eric enjoyed being here. We'd like to thank Eric Britto from True Bounce Basketball, the backboard and the rim, and he was also a former NBA official. Thank you very much for him being on here tonight. And, of course, the comedy of Alex Medeiros. Alex Medeiros is hilarious. So is Cecil Sassafras. Well, Alex is hooking us up with other comics so that as we proceed along, we can mix in the comedy, variety, music, interview, and a little bit of everything as we highlight the talented, interesting, and entertaining from our area. All right. Any final thoughts today on this Martin Luther King Day, Chops?
Well, be safe, stay safe, and take care of your family. And I got to say, Paul, and until next time we meet, that's it.
Love to you and your family, my friend.
Love to you and your family. Hey, Paul, I gotta say so. We got to get my friend Dwayne DeRock on. He's doing big things. I told him tonight.
Yes, absolutely. You know, he's worked out in Hollywood with some big names, right?
Oh, he's working with Oprah. He's working with MC Light. He's doing a big show, MC Light. He's producing a lot of big acts, Jadakiss, and the list goes on, man. He's doing some big things, man. And he's from New Bedford as well.
Will absolutely exact kind of people that we like to talk about and, discuss their careers and so on and so forth. So 100% we'll have him on. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chops. Have a great week. And don't forget to check out Chops Turner and the Chops Turner Show on the Chops Turner Facebook page. Have a great night. And by the way, I'm Paul Santos. Don't forget to laugh, and we'll see you next week right here. Good night.